But of course, we have to talk about some of the lows of the show as well, and that mainly has to do with pacing. There are some parts of the show that feel so slow. The entire wedding subplot with Mon Mothma during the first 3 episodes feels so drawn out and pointless. I understand we have to keep Mon Mothma involved during these episodes, but I feel like the entire subplot amounts to nothing. We find out that Tay-Kolma's life is falling apart and he wants some compensation from Mon Mothma for all the risks that he's taking, and Mon Mothma is so worried about this. And then it's never expanded upon more, and we never see Tay-Kolma again for the rest of the season. And there are so many scenes like this that just feel kind of slow and pointless. I really like the character development that it brings to some of these characters, but it just makes it really slow and hard to pay attention to during some of these episodes. Another big problem I have is K2SO only being in the last 3 episodes. Cassian and K2's dynamic is one of the greatest parts of Rogue One, and I really wish they would have dove more into it. Not having them meet in the first season and then getting them paired together, going on missions for an entire season together, is such a missed opportunity. And then of course there is one last problem that I have, and that's the lack of Princess Leia. Princess Leia was shown to be a high-ranking leader of the rebellion during the OT. Darth Vader even calls her leader of the Rebel Alliance, and she is nowhere to be seen. She just seems like such a key part of the rebellion not to be present. And you could argue that she's still an active member of the Imperial Senate like Mon Mothma and her father Bail Organa, and that's why we never see her on Yavin. But there are plenty of scenes involving the Imperial Senate throughout the show, and to be honest, there's so many that it just feels awkward that she isn't there. I understand why they chose to write around her. The passing of Carrie Fisher in 2016 was a tragedy, rest in peace, but it seems just weird for her to be completely absent from the show. I agree with most people that the weird CGI face swap is just not working with Star Wars, and they should stay away from it if possible. I know recasting legacy characters is controversial, but I do think that would have made a whole lot more sense than just leaving her out of the story completely. They did recast Bail Organa in Andor Season 2 because of scheduling conflicts, and while it was weird to get used to at first, I think it was the right choice. I understand Bail is not an OT legacy character like Leia, but he has had a large role for over 20 years and has really become iconic for the role. And so yeah, I just think that it's weird that such an important and iconic role to the original trilogy is just completely left out here with the building of the rebellion.